And welcome to the Sports Roundtable. I'm Tom Lamont, your host, and we're talking high school football once again. The regular season is over. All of the teams now are going on to look at the future in terms of high school football, and 3 of our schools will be going on to the playoffs. Of course, on Friday night, we had 2 crosstown rival battles. We're going to talk about the first game first, and joining us first is Earl Smith, the head coach of the New Hanover Wildcats. And Coach, this was a game in which both teams come in 10-0, undefeated, the Mid-Eastern 4A Conference on the line, the conference title on the line. And of course, you started out great. It was just 3-0. You trailed after the first quarter. You take the lead 7-3, and then I guess the Hogger defense just went to work, and the final score again 34-7, but a tough loss for your Wildcats.
Yeah, you know, I think it was about maybe 5 to 6 minutes left till halftime, and that drive after we scored had 3 15-yard penalties where we were all 3 had them 3rd and long, and that just hurt us tremendously. And you know, the whole night the field position killed us. Their punter did a wonderful job pinning us deep. Kickoff was going in the end zone, so we were always starting from 20 or less. And you know, just the wheels fell off after that. We turned the ball over twice before half, and you know, I thought if we could cut it to 10, you know, when we came back out, that we'd be back in it, and it just never happened.
Well, Coach, let's take a look at some of the highlights from this contest, as the New Hanover Wildcats on the losing end here, but had some good plays nonetheless.
Yeah, and you know, in the first quarter, we were in a position to stop them. Here's a 3rd down stop right here. Good job by Shaquan Kemp, our junior corner, and Troy McCaskill. And again, you know, the defense was on the field a lot, especially the second half now. I think it was just worn out there towards the end of the game. But again, here, this is one of the times that we stopped them on short yardage. Whole front getting there. And I think this is when they kicked the field goal right after that. You know, some of our young players keep getting better and better. Here's Rasheed Rogers, one of our defensive ends. He's a junior. Excellent job here on the tackle on the shuttle pass. Early on, junior Megan Canty here does a really good job on one of our run plays. Picks up some tough yardage. You know, Wiz coming up here gets a first down for us. Young man played his heart out. He gave it all. You know, he was getting double covered some, and which we've been seeing all year. And real proud of him right here on this. He just never could quite get to that point where he was open on the long runs. Here our defensive front does a good job again. We've got Brandon Caesar coming up in there. One of our defensive tackles who was outweighed quite a bit. Chris Taylor, defensive end, in there for the tackle. Francis Meehan had a pretty good game. Here's their jet sweep, and just great pursuit and hustle by him on this play. Right there.
Good pursuit by the defense. That's one thing that you've done well all season long.
Absolutely.
On sweeps, been able to contain the opponent.
And here's another good effort from Shaquan. Francis coming up, both of them finish it off for no gain. Wiz does get a good run here on a first down. I think this is where we went down and scored. Yeah, I know it is. And like I said, at this point, it was basically where we thought it would be, back and forth. We knew that, you know, we just try to hold them to field goals. You know, real proud of both of these, both Wiz and Blake. Blake went over 3,000 yards Friday night, threw for over 200, and put him over 3,000 for the year. Of course, Wiz is over 1,000 receptions. Here's a nice slant route to Jalen Gore. Again, this is on the drive that we scored on. And then Blake does a good job here. You know, Hoggard did a great job all night of mixing up the blitzes and sending 6 people most of the time. Blake does a great job here stepping up into the pocket and making his throw to Cole Tanner, which good effort right there. You know, again, we thought at that point we were in good shape.
Yeah, nice pass there by Blake.
Yeah, unbelievable tackle right there by Josh Anderson, our outside linebacker. This is his first year as a senior playing for us. Again, that was a drive that 2 pass interferences and 1 late hit out of bound cost us, and you know, they went up 10-7 and still in it, but 2 turnovers before the half, it just killed our drive. Again, my hat's off to Coach Underwood and his staff. Man, they did a great job. Kids played hard, and you know, hopefully we'll learn from it.
You know, Coach, we've been talking about these penalties for the last couple of weeks with the Wildcats. You got the playoffs now. You got to get that turned around pretty quickly.
We do. It's you know, such an emotional game, and we've got, I say this every week, we've got guys that are that's just the way they play, and we've got to curtail that.
And of course, you know, Blake, even though he did have some success, he was really under the gun a lot. The Hoggard defense was back there giving a lot of pressure, and did have some success, but he was under a lot of pressure all night long.
He was, and he was getting frustrated, but you know, he stayed in there, and you know, we're hoping that we'll, like I said earlier, we've got to learn from this and move on. It's a clean slate. Got an opportunity to win the state 3AA state championship. That's our goal now.
Well, Coach, you're the number 2 seed in the 3AA, and you take on a familiar opponent again, West Brunswick from our conference. They're number 15 seed, and you'll have them in the first round. What do you look at?
Well, you know, they've improved as the season. We played them 3 weeks ago, and Coach Williamson and his staff continues. He's one of the best coaches in our league and does a good job. And you know, they're ball control. And you know, in our first game, it was 7-7 after the first quarter. So we've got to make sure we can get them in second and long, not just let eat the clock up, and hopefully do like we did last year and score, you know, as much as we possibly can.
Well, Coach, again, congratulations on your regular season. Although you lose to Hoggard 34-7, you finished 10-1, 6-1 in the conference, and now you head to the 3AA playoffs, taking on West Brunswick. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, Earl Smith, the head coach of the New Hanover Wildcats. We'll be back with more of the Sports Roundtable right after this. And welcome back once again to the Sports Roundtable. I'm Tom Lamont, your host, and as I said earlier, we had 2 crosstown rival battles this Friday night, and in the second game of Friday night's contest here in New Hanover County, the Laney Buccaneers win 28-7 over Ashley. The head coach of the Buccaneers, Ashad Yeoman, joins us now. Coach, 7-4, 4 straight for the Bucks, 5-2 in the Mid-Eastern. You finished 3rd in the conference. What another great night for your team.
Absolutely.
You started early, got 2 quick scores.
And that was one of the things that I preached all week long, even in the coaches meeting on Sunday, you know, that we had to start fast and kind of, you know, get some momentum going in our direction, because those guys play us tough every year, and especially going over there. So I wanted to make sure that we kind of got things started really fast, and we did a great job of executing the game plan. Things kind of slowed down into the ball game a little bit, but I'm proud that we got the win at the end of the day.
All right, well, we have a lot of highlights to look at here for the Laney Buccaneers. Let's take a look.
So we shift formations and, you know, try to get away from a little bit of tendencies, because every game we try to start out with a run, and we knew that they had a lot of film on us because they followed us with a lot of games, and so we started out with a pass and great execution. But what was crazy was we struggled running that play all week long, and I told Coach, I said, watch during the game, it's going to go perfect. And sure enough, it worked out to our favor, and you know, they take over possession. They kind of, you know, do the shift thing that we did, and didn't quite work out as well for them as it did for us, because we ended up getting a pick 6, and this